Welcome back, Woodstock Guitar Guy, and I'm here with a really cool budget guitar. It was a real budget when it was a great deal actually when I bought it about 5 years ago. It's a Harley Benton. It is a DC Junior. DC is for double cut, and it was a real bargain when I got it with shipping from Germany for 180 bucks, brand new. And those days are gone. Part of the problem is the cost of shipping has gone way up. And we're going to talk a little bit about tariffs as we get farther along into this episode. Number 25. We're really cruising right along here, I gotta say. So if you find me and you like this and you want to check out more, there's 24 more episodes where this one came from. So there you go. So anyway, here we are. And it was right around the time, I think, of COVID lockdown is when I bought it. And came in with a solid body. I mean, it's absolutely one piece. If you can see it there is no seams. It's mahogany. It's not Okomi. I think it's mahogany. And I got it. It was okay. Felt great. The neck is nice. And it's got this kind of satin finish, which I really like on guitars. But it didn't stay in tune, of course. So I swapped out the tuners and I put like some kind of, Gibson knockoff type, they're pretty good. They keep it in tune, which is all I ask for here. And so I put on the new tuners and still didn't stay in tune very well. So I swapped out the bridge and put a Wilkinson bridge on it. Now it came with this bridge that was like, I have it in a box here. It's pretty funky. Supposedly each of the saddle could be adjusted. There were these big long slug type screws sticking out the back so you could do this back and forth thing. This has it too, but they weren't like sticking out like half an inch. And it sat pretty high in here, and it was sharp. I mean, the metal was sharp, and when I played, I could scratch my hand. I mean, that's how sharp it was, So I ditched that and put this Wilkinson on here, and voila, it stays in tune, and it sounds really good, and you can bend the strings really well. I'm looking for a pick actually here, so. We heard it coming in on the clean setting. And that's coming through this P90. Now what the guitar came with from Harley Benton was what was basically a P100, which was like a humbucker that looks like a P90. But it was a humbucker, and there was a push-pull pot. So you could, get one coil or two. And it was made by Roswell, and I didn't like it very much. And so the guitar kind of sat around for a while. I pick it up once in a while, play a few notes, but it never really did it for me on a sound level. So I had some spare time just recently, and I ordered up a real P90 dog ear from Guitar Madness, okay? And it sounds great. It was 20 bucks, or maybe 21. And sounds great. I mean, it just, you heard it coming in clean. You're going to hear it going out with some some overdrive. And the other thing I did to this is I put a shim in. You can find them online. You got to kind of dig for them. They're not a common item, but they do exist, and they are a P90 shim set. And I think when I ordered this, I got like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 different thicknesses of shim, so you can kind of, decide which one you want. And this one is not the thickest, and it's not. It may be the thinnest. I can't really remember now, but it's plenty high enough, and gives it a lot more of a boost of power. And it's just a really cool thing. Now, you know what I may do. You see how close that is to the strings? It's pretty close. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the shim out, because this particular dog ear is thicker, it sits higher already than I think the one that came in this, the Roswell. I think I'm going to drop this pickup down just a little bit. It's plenty hot enough. I mean, you'll hear it. This pickup has something going on. And my hat tip to Guitar Madness. I mean, I've never been disappointed with their inexpensive budget pickups. They're just great, and great deal. Sound good. They always come through. And but let's talk about tariffs. Now, I'm not going to get into the politics of tariffs. I'm not going to talk about anything political. I'm just going to talk about it from the perspective of the guitar modifier, and the guitar player and the guitar buyer, and what is going on out there. And all I can say is that I've read a few things, and one thing I've read is that 80% of mail, postage, postal stuff from foreign countries has stopped. That's a lot of shipping that is not happening right now, 80%. The other thing that's happening, I read, is that companies in America who build, like Fender is an example, build in America, are freaking out because a lot of their parts come in from overseas. And so I'm reading that there's going to be a mess. There's going to be a total mess here because of these tariffs. So where does that leave us? That leaves us with like a lot of other options. The first option is go to your local used instrument music store and scope out and see what's going on. Check out Marketplace, check out Craigslist, check out Reverb. Sweetwater even has a used site. Start looking around for used stuff, because believe me, we got plenty of guitars. We're not going to run out of guitars ever. I mean, there are more. Look at what I've got. I'm never going to run out of guitars here. We have enough guitars to keep us going for forever. I think. I don't think we have to actually build another guitar in the world at this point. There's enough to go around. But that said, instead of ordering up and hoping it gets here, here's hoping. Remember, my friend Jimmy Stewart. Just see what you can find locally and give it a run. Goodwill is a good place to look. The pawn shops, all that stuff. It's all out there. And there are lots of really cool deals out there. And they're easier to get your hands on sometimes than waiting and hoping that, the stuff is going to arrive someday from overseas. It may never arrive, or it may come with a big surprise extra charge, a tariff. So that's my advice. is just give the shipping angle from overseas a break. Just let this thing play out however it's going to play out, and sort of change the focus and start looking around locally and see what you can see what turns up. Because these deals, guitars like this, you're better off looking on Reverb. Now that's the other thing. Harley Benton, Firefly, P4M. Some of these companies that make copies or have their own branded copies now have warehouses in the U.S., which is cool. But the price went up. Okay, so this guitar, instead of being $180 with shipping, is now $280 with free shipping. Okay, from the U.S. warehouse, or maybe $310 or something like that. But in any event, it's still a good deal. These are great guitars, especially if you're going to modify them, fix them up. I put new wiring in here. I got rid of the pots that were in the original and replaced them with pots that are from GFS that are 330K. They're in between 250K, which is what you would put in a Stratocaster, and 500K, which is what you would put in with humbuckers. So they recommend a 330K if you're using one of these P90s. So I'd never done it before. I tried it, and lo and behold, it's great. You'll hear it going out. Fantastic sound. So that's basically my advice. I mean, if you're gonna, if you want to keep acquiring stuff, I would just say start looking around locally, see what turns up. Facebook, Marketplace, Craigslist, amplifiers on Craigslist. That's a great place to find them because, frankly, people don't want to ship used amplifiers. And the closer you get them to where you live, you can just drive and pick them up and save all that money on shipping, you see. And amps, of course, as we know, are extremely heavy. So take a twin reverb, for example. Now, I couldn't even lift one anymore. And I have one here. And I had to get help moving it. And I bought it locally and put it in the back of the car and brought it home. So there you go. Harley Benton will ship heavy stuff. They'll ship speaker cabinets, free shipping. But, just remember, I mean, the shipping is kind of worked into the price, usually. So that's how that goes. Let's see, what else did I want to say? I guess that's about it, really. I've got a little bit, I'm going to go to a little clip that I did earlier talking about guitars and making a connection with your guitar. So we're going to cut to that right here. So that's it. That's my advice for you today. If you get one of these babies, be prepared. You may have to swap everything out, but that's the fun. That literally is the fun. And what happens is, when you get done doing all of this, and you get a really, really nice guitar in the end, first of all, you got a story to tell. But you've also made a bond with the instrument, which, it's corny to talk about, but having an instrument that has some meaning in your life is actually a good thing. And it actually contributes to getting your creative flow going, okay? And, you're in the middle of a solo and all of a sudden you think, oh man, that pickup sounds great. I am so glad that Guitar Madness sent me a $21 dog-ear Alnico 5 pickup that's hot, and everything went off really smoothly, and I installed it, and that just kind of, and then all of a sudden, wham, out comes another great lick, So just think about it in those terms, the spiritual side of these things. I mean, I start to think of this whole adventure as sort of like a wayward home for these guitars that they're calling out to me and kind of saying, "Oh, Mike, help me! I'm trapped. I'm stuck in some Goodwill office or some some eBay whatever black hole." Anyway, there's stuff out there that if you can fix it, if you can work on it, if you can do the upgrading and the modifying and the repairing yourself, you can start with a really great deal and end up with a really great guitar. And you've made a bond and a friend. And I would never sell this guitar, even though, I only play it like once in a couple of weeks. Got a lot here to play, I still love it, and I won't let it go. I've got others I'll let go, but this one and I, we have a journey together. So with that, if you like it, hit like. If you want to subscribe, hit subscribe. That's down there. Join, whatever. Leave a comment. Share it. Share this video with your friends who play guitar. And I've got 24 others already in the can on YouTube. So once you see this one, you can start going back and looking at the others. And it's all basically the same thing. We're trying to, what I'm trying to do is to give you the courage to start working on these things, fooling around, updating them, upgrading them, bringing them to life, and helping them to reach their true potential. And if you got a really nice piece of wood to start with, like this is, okay, you're more than halfway there. Trust me. All right, see you later. Woodstock Guitar Guy. Till next time. Take a half an hour and play your guitar. Right now, you'll feel a lot better. Okay. Bye-bye.